You still trapped in that European matrix of materialism. You said Malcolm X died broke. According to who? According to who? All natural. I respect natural-headed black women so much. They choose to be, you love your relaxer? Okay, it was no need for you to say that, though, my sister. Don't get cute. You have a right to be a Negropean, but you are on the Prince of Pan-Africanism's platform. Don't get cute. If you are selfish, you do not have God in your life. If you are selfish, you cannot possibly have God in your life. And I'm going to tell you why. I'm not claiming to be the most selfless person, but I'm a very selfless person. I am one of the givers of life. I'm not one of the takers. I am one of the givers. I'm not one of the takers. I've been helping people my whole life. It's the way my mother raised me. My mother is a giver. I'm a giver. In order for you to be selfless, you said Malcolm X died broke. Broke from whose perspective? Let's stay with that for a minute. The brother said El-Hajj Malik El-Shabazz died broke. According to whose definition, my brother? You still trapped into that European matrix of materialism. You still trapped in that European matrix of materialism. You said Malcolm X died broke. According to who? According to who? What definition are you using to say Malcolm died broke? No harm, my brother, no harm. I'm just giving out my lesson. Malcolm died rich. Let me break this down for you one time. All my materialistic Africans, let me break this down. Malcolm X died a spiritually rich man. I'm going to tell you why. Y'all ready for this? Rest in peace, the Pan-Africanist El-Hajj Malik El-Shabazz. Rest in peace, the Pan-Africanist El-Hajj Malik El-Shabazz. Rest in peace to Pan-Africanist ancestor El-Hajj Malik El-Shabazz. Let me tell you why Malcolm died spiritually rich. Now, you're judging Malcolm by European standards of success and money. You're judging the great ancestor by European standards of materialism and money. As a black man, you should not be using European standards. But here we go. Here we go. Malcolm died rich. Number one, he overcame his fear of death. Do you know how hard it is to overcome your fear of death? Do you know how hard it is to overcome the fear of your enemy? Malcolm X overcame the fear of death. He died rich. Number one. Number two, Malcolm was selfless. Do you know when El-Hajj was in Ghana with Queen Mother ancestor Maya Angelou and the wife of Dr. W.E.B. Du Bois? Malcolm could have stayed in Ghana. Kwame Nkrumah would have gave Malcolm a job in the government, just like Maya Angelou had a job. Dr. Du Bois's wife had a job. Other Africans who came over had a job. Malcolm could have stayed. They asked Malcolm to stay and send for Betty and the girls. They asked for Malcolm to stay and send for Betty and the girls. They asked for Malcolm to stay and send for Betty. Malcolm said, I cannot. If it costs me my life, I got to return and finish the work. Same thing Frederick Douglass said 100 years before him. Same thing Frederick Douglass said 100 years before him. Malcolm was selfless. What more can you give to your people than your very life? Malcolm died spiritually rich. Yes, he was Muslim, and that was fine. But he embraced his African culture. A lot of you Muslims will never embrace your African culture. A lot of you Christians will never embrace your African culture. Malcolm embraced his African culture. Malcolm died spiritually rich. The ways of God are not the ways of man, and the ways of man are not the ways of God, brothers and sisters. The ways of God are not the ways of man, and the ways of man are not the ways of God. You say, Dr. Umar, how can you talk it and you're not married? You know why? I got to take my time because I know how I'm going to love my wives. I know how special I'm going to treat my wives. So I got to make sure that when I lock in, I'm locking in with women for the right reasons who are deserving of the throne. Because I am amongst the chosen. I got to take my time because I am amongst the chosen. Your wife can elevate or she can denigrate. Your husband can elevate you, black woman, or he can denigrate you. In order to walk the divine path, in order to walk the divine path, in order to walk the divine path, you must operate in a spirit of abundance. Ibase Oshun, the principle of Oshun. You must be in the enlightenment of abundance. Abundance means the universe operates on unlimited supply. Abundance means the universe operates on unlimited supply. Abundance means that you believe in your very soul that all that you need is not only available, it will be provided at the time you need it. A selfish person doesn't operate in the spirit of abundance. We lack nothing but faith. Let me say it again. We lack nothing. The universe has everything we need, but the key to unlock it is not being a Muslim, although there's nothing wrong with being a Muslim. The key to unlocking it is not being a Christian, although there's nothing wrong with being a Christian. The key to unlocking it is not being a Hebrew, although there's nothing wrong with being a Hebrew. The way you unlock the treasure chest of universal abundance is with your faith. Faith. What are black people lacking today? Faith. We have money. We have college degrees. We got billionaires. We got millionaires. We have intelligent children. I believe the smartest children in the world, which has even been proven, so I don't have to believe it. We have it all. We have divine DNA. Black people got everything we need except faith. And here's the biggest contradiction of the American Negro. The biggest contradiction of the American Negro. The biggest contradiction, not faith in a higher power, faith in the higher power. There's only one supreme consciousness. Not faith in a higher power, faith in the higher power. Not faith in a higher power, faith in the higher power, which is beyond any name you want to assign it. Supreme consciousness is beyond any name you choose. So stop fighting over names, because none of them are sufficient. None of them. None of them. My small mind can never comprehend the greatness of the divine mind. My limited small mind, this brain matter, cannot comprehend divine mind. I can only begin to understand and relate, but comprehend? No way. Somebody say, can you comprehend God? If a Negro tells you they can comprehend God, that Negro lost his mind. We cannot comprehend God. We can't. We can't. Can we relate to God? Can we believe in God? Can we pray to God? Can we have faith in God? Can we try to understand some of God? Yes. But to comprehend, to understand completely the great, undefinable, incomprehensible reality, essence, and origin of all things, we can't do that. Marcus Garvey was not a Mason. I don't know who lied to you, but he was not. I respect my Masons. Prince Hall was a Pan-Africanist, one of the fathers of reparations. He was a Mason. Major Dr. Martin Robinson Delaney was a Pan-Africanist, first uniform officer of black race in the Civil War. He was a Mason. I will not be joining the Masonic order. I will not be joining any secret society of any kind. I respect all of them. Don't bring up McDonald's because you're going to start me thinking about a strawberry shake and I'm one block away from McDonald's. Please don't mention McDonald's because you're going to have me thinking and dreaming on a strawberry shake. I'm trying to conquer my addictions. I'm trying to conquer my addictions. Will you please let me conquer my addictions? You have to pray and you have to meditate. I forgot. What was I just talking about? I lost my memory thinking about the strawberry shake. Somebody refresh my memory. I had an ADHD moment. Ancestral diversion for higher development. What was I just talking about, family? Can somebody type it in real quick? What was the last spiritual point I was talking about? What was my last? Okay. What was my last spiritual point? Y'all done took me off my square. Y'all took me off. What was my secret society? Okay. Before the secret societies. What was I talking about right before the secret societies? Okay. Faith is the key that unlocks the treasure chest of universal abundance. Black queens forever, snow bunnies never. Where are my natural-headed sisters at? Shout out to all natural-headed queens. For the next 60 seconds, where are all my natural-headed queens? I need some hearts. If you got your own hair, if you are all natural queen, no fake eyelashes, no fake hair, where you at? Where my natural queens at? Where you at, ladies? Where you at, ladies? I got to shout out the natural queens. I have so much respect for black women who wear their own hair in this racist world. Big Papa Wifey, who are you? Can somebody tell me who's masquerading behind the Big Papa Wifey? All natural. I respect natural-headed black women so much. They choose to be. You love your relaxer? Okay, it was no need for you to say that, though, my sister. Don't get cute. You have a right to be a Negropean, but you are on the Prince of Pan-Africanism's platform. Don't get cute. You have a right to be a Negropean, but you are on the Prince of Pan-Africanism's platform. Don't get cute. I'm not putting you down. I'm simply elevating the natural queens. I'm not putting you down. I'm simply elevating the natural queens. I'm not putting you down. I'm simply elevating the natural queens. Y'all know my rule. If I can't grab it, I can't have it. If I can't grab it, I can't have it.